All right, hey, you know what? Let's settle down.
The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla
Love the name.
says, hey guys, love the stream. Let's say they build a time machine allowing you to travel forward in time to one-time/space destination. One-way trip.
One way?
Would you do it, and how far would you go?
One way.
You can't go too far. Because you don't know what you're gonna get. Like, we might have nuclear war in the next few years.
That's true.
All we know.
Right?
On the other hand, they might have figured out immortality. The science could be so good that you will never die.
You need to go far enough ahead where, like, some cool science shit is happening.
That's assuming we don't regress technologically.
But see, either
way,
way...
because global warming, the facts aren't all in yet, and...
Some assholes, right.
Our doctors say cigarette smoking. You can't trust those scientists.
Vaccines, Rich. There's mercury in them.
If we don't go backwards, the future could be great.
But I guess what I'm saying is that's a dice roll no matter how far in the future you go.
Right.
And so 100. At least 100.
But you would do it, though? One-way trip. You're leaving everything behind. Can you bring your family?
I'm doing an experiment where I either don't have a family or they died in a horrible accident.
Okay.
My family died in a horrible accident, and now because I'm a lonely and broken man, I can sign up for this one-way time travel experiment. Obviously, I would not do it now because I have a family and I would not leave them.
The vaccines are turning the frogs gay.
Right? That's why I can't have any fun with pseudoscience, by the way. Because of assholes like that.
Yeah, it can be harmful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, stuff like, aliens are infiltrating the government. There's no real harm going on there.
I can't.
Then again, with some of that conspiracy stuff, you do have the whole that pizza place thing. Do you remember that?
Fuck, right?
What was
Pizzagate.
people who don't know?
Yeah.
What was the original story? It was like Hillary Clinton was conspiring with
the Democratic National Committee to run child sex slaves through a well-known DC pizzeria.
This is an Alex Jones conspiracy thing. Was Alex Jones connected to it before I slander him?
He promoted it.
He
did not come up with it, but he promoted it. Alex Jones, the performance artist. Did you see that?
No.
A lot of people are getting really mad at Alex Jones because his name is now getting run in normal media circles. And I believe some people are suing him for misinformation.
Yeah.
And his lawyer is claiming that he is a performance artist playing a character.
Oh, that piece of shit.
He's an awful piece of shit.
Fucking piece of shit. But anyway, Pizzagate. So this conspiracy theory is going around that the conspiracy sites are thrown everywhere about how this child sex ring perpetuated by the U.S. government is taking place in this one pizza place.
Yep.
So some abnormal, well-meaning idiot goes to this pizza place with a gun
to investigate
and liberate the children.
To save the children from the basement of the pizza parlor, who, by the way, does not have a basement.
So now, because he listened to and believed in this conspiracy bullshit, his life is ruined.
Yes. Yes. And again, that's why I just can't enjoy... I can't enjoy that.
Well-meaning? Yes, it's well-meaning. He's an idiot. When you go to a place to try and save children from what you think is a sex ring, you're well-intentioned. But you're also wrong and stupid for believing this crackpot shit.
Well, and also, let's say you're going in there to save children. Maybe you want to, look around without a gun first. Just point that out. Maybe, just maybe... figure out that they don't have a basement first.
Now, nobody's disagreeing that he was stupid.
Oh, is that what it is?
To believe something that stupid people were saying.
Right. Captain Nitpick is saying Alex Jones's ex-wife is suing to keep him away from their kids. That's the lawsuit going on right now. Sorry for misspeaking. I must have assumed that. And so his lawyer is saying, see, he's not a dangerous crackpot. Alex Jones, who, by the way, believes that the Sandy Hook massacre is a hoax.
Yeah.
The where the kid went in and shot all those kindergartners. Alex Jones promotes that that's a hoax.
To try and get rid of our guns.
Right. Yeah. So the government can take away our guns. But his lawyer says that he's just playing a character.
But if you honestly believe, if you're, it's delusional, but you honestly believe that there is a sex slavery ring going on under your nose, aren't you obligated to try and do something about it? If you genuinely believe this is a thing that is actually happening.
Are you obligated to do something about it?
Yes. You're fully convinced that this is a thing.
Yes. But even then, you need to be smart about it, and you can't just go in guns blazing.
We've established that this man is an idiot. The argument is whether or not he is well-intentioned.
Yes, well-intentioned was the correct term.
Yeah.
He's just also an idiot.
Right.
Yes, contact the police. But what if the police are involved?
Right, this is conspiracy. The police are involved. The government is involved.
Remember, it's a conspiracy theater. Hillary Clinton is involved, right? You can't trust the police. But I guess this is what I'm saying. Like, let's say you believe that, and you believe that the government's involved, so you can't trust the police. Just go in there and order a pizza and look around. Right? Just be like a normal person and be like, oh, hey, maybe get a job there. Maybe, you got to be sneaky if you're going to figure this stuff out. Don't be an idiot. But, of course, he's an idiot.
So that was a fine conversation.
About conspiracy nuts?
Yes.
I guess that was. It's my first time really getting into the whole conspiracy nut thing. But yeah.
Anonymous says, if you could press a button and it would retroactively make Star Wars A New Hope a standalone film so there would never be sequels or an extended universe, including Empire, would you press it? No.
No, Empire's a great movie.
Empire is one of the best movies ever made.
And even Return of the Jedi is a pretty good movie.
Return of the Jedi is adequate.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's adequate. It concludes the Vader-Luke stuff well.
Yeah.
The Endor stuff's kind of stupid.
Well, of course. And here, you know what? And here's the thing about A New Hope. It's kind of boring. Like, it's... Compared to the other two, it's pretty boring.
No, New Hope's a fine film. It's fine film. It's a great film. There's two great films. One okay film.
New Hope is a fine film. Empire's a great film. Return is a fine film.
Yeah, it's the weakest. Can we not disagree with that? Is it the weakest?
Return?
Yeah. I'm gonna say Force Awakens is as good, if not better. I was kind of ho-hum on the Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, I do agree, is better than Return. Ooh. Weakest out of the four. I might do A New Hope.
No.
Not a lot happens in A New Hope.
It's Jedi.
Not a lot happens. New Hope, kind of boring. Fuck you. New Hope is kind of boring, Rich.
Then you lose the Jedi Knight games, which I'm fond of. I'm fond of the Dark Forces series.
Uh-huh.
Then you lose TIE Fighter. I'm fond of TIE Fighter as a game. Really fond of it. Like I said, I don't hate the Force Awakens. Like I said, it's about the same level as Jedi. And the next one could be really good. Don't give a fuck about that Rogue One, though. God. And you know what the worst thing would be? If you reset the Star Wars and it's just one movie standalone.
Yeah.
It ruins my fucking life. I owe everything to the fucking Phantom Menace. Every good thing I have going on in my life right now is a direct response to the Phantom Menace.
Literally, you are out of a job.
Yeah.
If they hit that reset button. Think about that, Internet.
None of us are here tonight.
That's true. That's true. Which, by the way, like Butterfly Effect, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. We don't know.
It's probably a bad thing.
Well, for us, yeah. This is how we're working right now. Take pot shots. Taking pot shots. Fuck you. Even taking pot shots.
Jedi was so much better than Force Awakens. I'm not seeing it. The Jabba's Palace stuff, great. The throne room stuff, great.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
The spaceship battle. I don't care about Lando. He was the fucking traitor from the last movie. I know he's a good guy now, but I'm not crying. If I'm a kid watching Jedi, I'm not crying when Lando dies, if he dies.
Right. That doesn't have any tension for you.
Right. So there's nobody I care about in that dogfight.
Besides just the rebellion in general. Right.
Besides the rebellion in general, right.
Yeah. I might go A New Hope being the weakest just because of how slow it is.
And then the wood stuff is just kind of lame.
Yeah,
the Ewoks.
The Ewoks are lame.
They're gonna hit some stormtroopers with some logs. That's great.
No, and I know a lot of people have a problem with The Force Awakens because it's so Abrams. Like, everybody's quipping and super happy fun.
I like J.J. Abrams.
But that's the thing. It's super appropriate for the universe. They have fun.
Well, Daisy Ridley wasn't trained and she beat Kylo Ren. Does nobody remember when Kylo Ren got shot in the fucking kidney by a fucking space shotgun?
I believe it was a space crossbow.
Do you remember when he went into that fight near the end, nearly bleeding out?
Yeah, I remember. Why? Why do you bring it up? It seems weird that you would even bring that up.
They specifically set that up so Rey coming out on top would be plausible. The villain was fucking bleeding to death during the sword fight.
That was part of his cool hitting his stomach thing. Right. Come on. What the fuck, Jack? What?
The pain made him stronger. Oh, throw your fucking Star Wars Sith bullshit trash. the fifth feet on hate and the bad emotions. And no, he was bleeding to death. Well, not to death, because I guess he survived, but he wasn't in good shape, man. Let's see you in a sword fight after getting a shotgun to the kidney.
But Luke trained with Yoda for like 2 days and then fought and defeated Darth Vader. No, Luke. Well, he did, but actually, I was getting. Who was I getting into a Star Wars conversation with the other day? Someone who did not understand the entire point of Luke's journey in the first 3 movies.
Okay.
The entire point of the Jedi, as far as the first 3 movies are concerned, is you're not supposed to fight anyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Luke became a Jedi. Is when he decided not to fight Vader, to let his...
You wonder why I think Jedi are boring.
And Jedi are boring. By the way, that's a thing. But Luke completed his transformation as a Jedi when he stopped fighting Vader and refused to fight.
Sure, but with like a week of training with Yoda, he still kicks Vader's ass.
Of course he does. I was just thinking of this one little thing. Like I said, I was talking with someone and I was just like, wait a minute.
Vader wasn't just shot in the kidney with a Wookiee bowcaster, by the way.
Yeah, he's just straight up lost.
He just straight up lost.
Oh, and Vader has way more training than Kylo Ren. Vader's been the head of the Galactic Empire for how many years at this point?
He went to an actual school where they taught these things. Kylo Ren learned from Luke, who had a week of training from Yoda. Which, no wonder that went bad.
So, Vader was trained by actual Jedis.
For years.
Fought in wars.
From the time he was 7.
Yeah. Fought in wars as a general, and then was the leader of the Galactic Empire for at least 18 years. 20 years, right?
Uh-huh.
No, but you know what? That Rey, she's a Mary Sue. I tell you what. Fuck all you guys.
So, for the record, I'm down with Rey.
You're down? I'm down with Rey.
Force Awakens gave me 3 characters that I give a shit what happens to them. BB-8, Rey, and Finn.
Yeah. You don't like Poe?
We haven't seen enough of him yet. He certainly has my sympathies. I'm rooting for him when, Kylo Ren is torturing him and forcing his brain out of his skull.
Yeah. I guess you're right. I don't really care about him. I like him.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you.
I'm not going to say he's a super great character.
All right.
Yet. He could be.
All right.
We'll see what they do with him. But I'm totally down with BB-8, Rey, and Finn.
Yeah.
And I care about what happened to these characters. That was all they needed to do with The Force Awakens. After the prequels, we needed characters we didn't hate.
That's a tall order there, Rich. Characters we didn't hate?
Yeah, Kylo Ren learning the Force from Luke, that's like me teaching somebody to do, like, the long jump. I saw a video on YouTube about it once. I'm gonna be your coach.
You know, this one time I jumped over a puddle. And it was pretty long. I'll train you, kids. But yet no one called Kylo Ren a Mary Sue. Weird. I guess he did train with the Knights of Ren, whatever those things are.
They were all trained by Luke, who had a week of training with Yoda. That makes Luke an expert. Jedi training just seems to cause problems. Yes, it's one of the flaws with the Star Wars as a universe. This is why I'm depressed. Luke is going to come around to their way of thinking at the end and restart the Order of the Jedi.
He has to.
I know.
You know why he has to, Rich? Because Disney really likes selling lightsabers. They sell the lightsabers to the kids.
I know, but just burying the whole thing because it's more trouble than it's worth is so much more interesting.
Oh, sure.
And honest.
Well, that would be the good storytelling way to do it.
If you're looking at all the fucking problems that this whole Force thing has caused the galaxy.
Yep.
It's such an honest reaction. Like, yeah, we gotta end this.
Yep, but that's not gonna let Disney sell no lightsabers. The kids, Rich. Think of the kids.
I would be so down though if they stuck to their guns and like that's just Luke's goal and he sticks to it.
We're gonna start a pool, Rich. Okay, listen up. Listen up, people who like spreadsheets. We're going to start a pool. We're going to start a when does Luke change his mind pool.
Oh, first act. He's going to need to train Rey.
Of course.
Start of the second act, he'll be training her.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where my money is. So what's start of the second act? That's the 20. That's the 20. So I'm going to say I'm going to say around the 35-minute mark.
Yeah.
Is when Luke changes his mind and starts to train Rey. The 35-minute mark. Get your money into the pool. We'll start.
Maybe it's reluctantly because he knows that Kylo Ren has to be stopped.
Ooh, sure.
And once that's done, then we can get rid of the last of the Jedi.
Just one more thing. Yep. Oh, but it's happening. Luke is changing his mind.
Star Wars wouldn't do something that sophisticated.
Right. Well, that's the interesting place to take it. Star Wars won't because they like money. And Jedis are money to them. They have a whole theme park dedicated to Jedis. And if the movie is about getting rid of Jedis...
Oh, sure. Yeah. Luke dies and Rey is the last Jedi. I don't think they're going to go that route because they don't want to be too depressing with it. They just killed Han fucking Solo. And we know Carrie Fisher can't be around for the last one. I don't think they can kill Luke. It would be too much of a fucking downer.
That's an interesting take, Rich.
Yeah.
No, Luke.
That doesn't mean they won't. I mean, Mass Effect, they did all of the things I thought would be the worst things they could do, and then they found a few new ones.
Interesting, pumpkin butt cake. Are you saying he's going to train her as a Jedi? Because I think he's going to train her to use both the light and the dark side. Fuck the Jedi. She's going to be the balance in the Force.
We'll see.
We'll
see.
You know what? That would kind of be a have our cake and eat it too moment.
Yeah.
We might be able to do something interesting story-wise, and we still keep lightsabers. Because that's what's important to Disney.
Tired and Sad says, what are your thoughts on Ridley Scott planning 2 more Alien films, possibly including a young Ripley? Is he entering Lucas territory in terms of creativity? Yes.
Yes.
It's sad, is what it is.
I mean, it really is. We don't need it. We don't need it, but we can't. It's not like we can do anything to stop him.
Gray Jedi is stupid. No, the concept of normal Jedi is stupid. The only thing stupid about Gray Jedi is the name. But yeah, balance of the light and the dark, and you know what? I'm down with that. If that's the angle they want to take, yeah.
I get. You know what? Here's why that would make sense. That would open up a whole new universe of just normal people with lightsabers.
Yes, which is good for them.
Which is good for them.
They don't have to have the boring monks.
So how do we make Star Wars movies without the boring monks? Gray Jedis. That's why I'm saying that's their cake and eat it too moment.
No, Gray Jedi is stupid. Oh, okay. That was a hell of a response. Hell of a response, my friend.
Wait, what's stupid now?
The concept of a morally gray Jedi who's not a monk.
Oh, yeah, that's stupid.
Like I said, the name's stupid. You don't need to call him Gray Jedi. I know they probably did that in the EU book at some point.
Sure. Who cares what they're called? I'm liking this more and more. The more we talk about it, Disney gets.
So Kyle Katarn, wasn't that kind of the same concept? I guess.
Who?
The character from the Dark Forces video games.
Oh, okay.
He never called himself a gray anything. He just said he's a guy with a lightsaber.
Right.
That's what you need to do. Yes, that's fun.
And that's what you need to do. You know what, guys? Chat? I think we're figuring this out. I think we're figuring this out for Disney, and, we should all be very proud of ourselves. So, just trying to think of what will be best for Disney's business. And yeah, kind of sounds like gray Jedis or whatever we're calling them. Dudes with lightsabers. Can we all agree on that name?
You could just call them the new Jedi, and you don't need to give them a stupid name. I don't know. I don't really care.
Yeah. That would be easiest for Disney, just to call them Jedi still.
Right.
Then they still get to, use the name Jedi without having any of the stigma or monkiness of them. That's all that matters for any of these companies. Whenever we talk about, what will Nintendo do, what will Disney do, what will give them the most money the easiest. Nice.
Highlander AK says, hi guys.
Hi.
Tried to watch the Star Wars event and it looked so much like a corporate shilling, I couldn't watch it. Nobody wanted to be there. Now I agree with Mike that Star Wars is a soulless product. It's owned by a giant company who wants to make money. You can't avoid that. If you want Star Wars, it always has been a product.
You know, that's the thing that surprises me the most is like it was a soulless product when Lucas had it. After A New Hope, it was a soulless product.
Right.
And then Lucas said, "Wait, I can sell a bunch of these toys and make a bunch of money?"
Well, it was definitely a soulless product by the time you got to Jedi.
To Jedi, sure.
Because that's, when you start saying, well, we can sell teddy bears if we put these things called an Ewok in there. That's the moment.
Yeah.
That's the moment.
Yeah.
I think creatively, people still gave a shit when it came to Empire.
Sure.
Lawrence Kasdan and the cast wanted to do something interesting, and let's do this. What if we have dark ending? Because that wasn't the ending to Empire. Wasn't the soulless corporate thing to do.
Ooh, you know what? Good point. Good point, Rich. Touche.
Or maybe it was. I don't know. It's a cliffhanger. That'll guarantee you come back.
Well, that I guess that's just soulless from a different time. Disney responds to the political climate. Grey Jedi would be a perfect response to the political polarization we've seen. How would Disney respond to the?
Disney would never respond to the political climate
What
because
are you
they're
talking
Disney.
about? Disney doesn't respond to the political climate. Money.
Someone who works for Disney might shoot off their mouth about something, but Disney as a company isn't going to go out of their way to highlight political anything.
What are you talking about? What gives me money? That's what Disney cares about. Why was Rey? Why was the Jedi in the new movie a girl? Because girls see a lot of movies. Money.
All right. Moving on. Nico Cola says, "Hey again, guys.
Hi.
Jack mentioned Moana.
Moana!
Any thoughts on other recent animated Disney movies?
Moana!
I love Tangled, Zootopia, and Wreck-It Ralph, and think those are right up there with the very best Disney movies. Not up there with the very best
What?
of Disney movies.
What is?
The recent stuff. Tangled, Zootopia, Wreck-It Ralph.
It's fine. It's all fine.
Better than it's been in years, but not as good as Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and The Little Mermaid.
It's fine. It's all fine. Like,
Wreck-It Ralph is kind of like, what if a DreamWorks animated film were good?
right. It's like almost good. It's like almost great. Wreck-It Ralph is really decent, but it's not quite there.
Now, Wreck-It Ralph is good. It's really good.
Yeah.
But it's not up there with the best things Disney has ever done.
Agreed.
I love Wreck-It Ralph, but it is no Aladdin.
Agreed.
Tangled, eh.
Yeah, Tangled's kind of eh.
But then again, I'm not an 8-year-old girl, so it wasn't really it wasn't targeted towards me.
Yeah, and Zootopia too is kind of like, yeah, it's fine.
I'm not into that, man. No,
What?
it's fine.
Zootopia?
Yeah.
Zootopia, I think, is a lot more clever than other Disney stuff.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily make it better. I enjoyed how clever it was.
And I thought Tangled was shit.
It's fine. Tangled's fine. Frozen, I enjoy. I thought that was a very solid movie. I like Frozen.
Did I tell you why I saw Tangled?
No, why did you see Tangled?
My Mormon sister refused to see anything else.
You probably have. Told me that
She was
before.
in town.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a movie together, and it was the only thing on the menu at the theater that was acceptable.
And see, like, to me, even Tangled is like... Tangled has some like decent bits. It's not great, but it's not the worst.
No.
I like how she fought people with the frying pan. I thought that was pretty funny. The sassy horse. Yeah, there's a sassy horse. I liked that. Fuck you.
Tired and Sad says,
Tired and Sad.
were you slightly disappointed to see Imperial Walkers in the Last Jedi trailer? I don't even remember seeing them in the trailer.
By the way, that's the thing about the trailer is like maybe I just don't remember it.
I didn't get that nuts about it, analyzing every single frame.
Right?
I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are you surprised that there's Imperial Walkers in it? Like, Rogue One was very successful.
Did your sister convert to being a Mormon? Yes. Yeah, it works for her. It fits her. It fits her. She's unique.
Oh.
She's unique. Nah, she's a good, sweet person. A good, sweet person.
Oh.
And being a Mormon does fit her.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So no Mormon hate. We ain't hating on no Mormons over here. Well, I guess other Mormons.
We're talking about, one of those modern day, like, knockoff NESs that plays your old games. Kind of like the Retron or something. We're talking about something like that.
Oh, sure, okay.
And she was against it. It should be, it's wrong for them to do that. It's Nintendo's, hardware.
Sure.
And me and Karen were like, well, actually, the patent's all expired. It's the Retron's, it's perfectly legal. She was like, well, it should be.
Wait, what?
She has a very conservative mindset.
Oh, so she was upset because...
She was upset that the knockoff NES, which plays games from 30 years ago, was actually legal.
Wait, she was upset that it was legal?
Yes.
Oh, my lord.
Yes.
Oh, my. I don't like that these guys can shoot through platforms.
I hope my family never watches our freaking streams.
They're our biggest fans, Rich. That's my big complaint with this game so far, by the way. Is if there's a guy up here, he can shoot through the bricks. And I can't. The bad guy's bullets go through the bricks.
I'm sorry.
And mine don't.
Maybe there's an upgrade you can get.
Maybe. But right now, that's how it is, and I don't like it. It makes planning my attack more difficult.
Where am I at? Captain Blue 42 says Flinthook looks very pretty, but seems very repetitive.
Yes.
How do you like it so far? Can you explain why roguelikes like FTL work, but others don't? Do you think roguelikes are being made too frequently? And I cannot comment on any of this because I have not been playing.
So far it's fine. Like, it's a fine platformer. The problem with it so far is all the levels that I've been to have had a more focus on combat, on defeating the bad guys, where I was really hoping for a platforming focus. Like, you have this incredible tool to get around with, right?
Yeah.
And it is super fun just doing this. Just whee! And then, hook before I hit the ground. Hook before I hit the ground. The floor is lava.
Yeah.
That is really fun. But that's not what every area is centered around. Usually it's centered around fighting bad dudes. And as I just explained, the bad guys can do things that I can't, and that really annoys me.
Are there, like, upgrades you're finding?
Yeah, there's upgrades I'm finding. Like, I'm becoming more powerful as I play. I'm getting these cards. I'm getting money so I can buy new cards.
What makes a good roguelike? permadeath adds a lot of tension to the experience. I think permadeath is part of it.
The important thing is you should learn something with every death.
The randomness.
The randomness, yeah.
And the growth. Like you said, Isaac, the stacking powers.
Oh, that's so great. I guess same with FTL too. Like
just finding a combo of weapons that works well together.
Yep.
And you're kicking ass.
And it's that lottery. Then it's the lottery system. Like,
sure.
Oh, I hit it. I made it. Now this is going to be a good run. Yeah.
And some of that, there's some skill too, though. I mean,
of course.
You don't just win FTL by luck, or there wouldn't be so many people who can't beat normal by now.
Right.
So there is a skill there.
Yeah. Like I said, I wish the focus of this game was more on the platforming, because just doing that, like just woof woof, like
yeah,
is so much fun. This should have been the whole game. Whee! Look at this! Look at this! Just try to stay off the ground. Just try to stay off the ground. That's all I want. That's all I want is to stay off the ground. But I have to worry about fighting those stupid things. Oh shit!
What if a bigger game like Zelda had permadeath? I am crazy enough, Mr. No Death Run.
Yeah.
That I might enjoy that. I am a
Zelda?
Weird...
Fuck no. If I'm 50 hours into Zelda and I die.
Do you remember how upset I was when I got my first death?
Yeah, I do. I do remember how upset you were.
Yeah. I'm a crazy bastard who would actually probably go with it, but the general public would hate it.
Right. Like that room, this room right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is all I want the game to be. You gotta go. Look at that. Oh, that's a great little maneuvering puzzle right there. That's my kind of game. Oh shit. And I almost died showing off. That's all I want the game to be is this. But it's fun and it's interesting. It's fun and it's interesting, and I really like the power set in general. I just wish there was. I wish there was more of one thing and less than another.
Rich, just play Bloodborne, please.
Wait.
I don't even have the PlayStation 4 here. How am I gonna play it? I mean, like now?
Like now, or
in general?
I mean, okay, in general.
In general, I've played the fuck out of it. It's the only thing on the PlayStation 4 I have any real time in.
Oh, fuck.
Anonymous says, "Hey fuckos." My favorite conspiracy theory is that Alex Jones is actually Bill Hicks after Bill Hicks died. LOL, fluoridate my water. Then it actually would be performance art.
Right? He went too far.
Huff Harden says, "Hey, Jack and Rich.
Hi.
After a tough few days at work, your snarky musings have made it better. Thank you for being the most pleasant assholes possible." You're welcome. Glad to help out your work day.
We try.
J.R.R. Lovecraft says, "Do you think the fact that every alien species in Star Wars defines their profession indicates a subtle racism to Star Wars? Example, all Hutts are gangsters, all Bothans are spies, etc." It's an example of uncreativity. And the fact that the universe really isn't very well thought out. We saw a Hutt once. He was a gangster. All Hutts are gangsters. It's a shocking lack of creativity is what it is. It's saying, this is like that thing you know.
Ooh, I found a bounty. Okay. That's the thing.
We saw a Yub Yub fly a ship. All Yub Yubs are good pilots.
Yep. And, Who did that start with? Did that start with Lucas, or did that start with...
Probably started with the expanded universe.
With the expanded,
yeah.
Well, sure, and you know what? It probably started very innocently, where it's like, some guy gets hired by a company to write, a Star Wars novel.
I don't think it's any kind of intentional messaging.
Right. I'm just saying, like, imagine this. You're a writer for hire, okay? You get hired by a company and pump out a Star Wars novel. It just can't have any of the characters but it's got to do with Star Wars. So you watch Star Wars, yeah, okay, Jabba the Hutt's a gangster. His cousin, who's also a gangster, well, he's in the movie, right? Great. And then the next guy goes, oh, he's a cousin. Okay, well, fuck, all of them are gangsters. Fuck, his cousin. No, it was probably a snowball. And now here we are.
All Vulcans are logical, emotionless dicks. Yeah, but they're not all Starfleet scientists. Also, Sybok.
I don't know who Sybok is.
Star Trek V. Spock's brother. Fully embraces his emotions.
Ooh.
Fully.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, one, there you go. Two, your first point. They are not all scientists.
Yeah.
Yes. As a race, they have embraced this emotionless thing, but they're all still different people.
There was a Klingon scientist on an episode of TNG.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope I clicked yes. A Klingon scientist?
Klingon scientist.
Nice.
So a Romulan then? We have seen most of the time we see Romulans, it's like a military encounter, which makes sense because there's kind of a Cold War thing going on there.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you dig through, there are Romulans we have seen who are not military dicks.
Sure. Why not? Shit. Damn it.
Hell, there's that the TNG episodes with Spock. There are plenty of nice Romulans who weren't a part of any kind of military anything. Just kind of interested in Spock's teachings. Even the Ferengis, Nog, joined Starfleet. So, yeah. Suck it, Star Wars. Suck it.
Oh, shit. Shit. Oh, I'm sucking. Speaking of suck at Star Wars, I am sucking at this. Nope.
Obi-Wan wore a brown robe. Now all Jedis wear brown robes. Exactly. fucking exactly.
Fuck you.
Tired and Sad says, Force Awakens is basically Lawrence Kasdan's a way to add his original ideas for Return of the Jedi. Han gets killed, the Empire isn't destroyed totally, and Luke leads a solitary life. Should have listened to him way back when. I don't know about killing Han.
I think that's Harrison Ford.
That's Harrison, right.
More than Lawrence Kasdan's.
Should he have died in Return of the Jedi? Because he already had his kind of down moment. Like, that was the end of Empire. It was him getting frozen. Do you really need to kill him on top of that? Isn't that just kind of redundant?
Well, like I said, I just know that Harrison Ford wanted to be done.
I might have sacrificed Chewbacca.
Oh no, you can never sacrifice Chewbacca. Chewbacca is a mascot. You can't kill the soft, furry creature. Never, never, never. Should Han have died in Empire is the question. No.
No, because you want the cliffhanger. that cliffhanger's good. Like, how are we gonna get him back? What happens next? What happens next?
Right.
As opposed to it just being completely bitter.
Right.
There's a difference between bittersweet. Don't forget to add the sweetness. If your bittersweet ending is too bitter, it's not bittersweet. It's just depressing.
Yeah.
So I would not have killed Han at the end of Empire.
No.
Just because it would have been too fucking dark.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Okay, so here's where we get to the upgrade of the roguelike. So here is where I can, like... This gives me more slots where I can start the game with more power-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Get some stamina. Oh, I can boost my max HP, max stamina. That's important. That'd actually be really nice.
Aimless Corsair says, I'm pretty sure in the canon, Darth Maul was able to survive being cut in half purely through his hate of Obi-Wan. Which is fucking dumb as hell. But doesn't that kind of mean the Sith were right?
That what? They're more powerful?
Yeah.
No, because, well, see, again, please remember the point of the first movies. The real power is not in your strength. It's with adding your energy to the universe.
How about I don't give a shit what they do with Darth Maul? They give him robot legs. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit.
Which I hear is a good show. I watched a little bit of it. It's fine.
It'd be nice if they were bringing back an actual character.
Right.
But the prequels didn't have any of those. Ugh. Not one character is likable in those films. How the fuck do you pull that off?
It's the magic of Lucas, man. That's just the magic of Lucas.
Nonsense in a bag says. Question about endorsing RLM/prereq. I use endorsing is what he says. Okay. I don't know what the rest of it says yet, so we'll see.
No problem.
I use YouTube Red to avoid ad interruption. Is my support still felt by you guys that way?
Yes.
By the way, I also still do the Patreon and sub here too. Curious about YouTube Red. Either any one of those things is freaking fine by my book.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't sweat it none, dude.
You cool don't go out of your way. Don't go out of your way. YouTube Red is actually
anybody who's given to our Patreon and subbing us helps us do this without worrying about any kind of weird shit going on with YouTube defunding ads, and we don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
We'd rather it didn't happen, but all right, whatever.
So if you look at the analytics, which I check often, I like to know what's happening. YouTube Red accounts for about 1/3 of our YouTube ad revenue.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a decent amount. And, by the way, if more people subscribe to YouTube Red or were part of YouTube Red, no one would ever have to deal with this YouTube demonetizing video bullshit. If YouTube didn't have to worry about ad money being part of its business model, we wouldn't have to worry about any of this bullshit that YouTube goes through every once in a while. Because they would be making their money from their viewers, and viewers would pay for stuff through their watches. One watch equals money. But YouTube Red gives us a good part of our income. But like Rich said, the Patreon, the subscribing here, just watching in general, we appreciate it all.
Yeah. Loner Archon says, Jack.
I'm Jack.
How would you get your kids to eat something they generally do not like, such as certain vegetables? And how do you punish them if they don't finish their plate?
This is something you're hitting too close to home here, my friend.
Vegetables. If that were all you had to worry about. Jack is should I say it?
I have very picky children.
I'm not going to say it. Okay.
You're not going to say what? Go ahead.
You don't mind?
Well, what is it? What are you going to talk about?
He won't eat cheese.
Oh yeah, no, oh yeah.
Freaking cheese. You have a fucking kid
Yeah.
who doesn't like cheese.
He doesn't.
A child
Yeah.
who thinks cheese is disgusting.
He doesn't like cheese. He doesn't like butter. He doesn't like hot dogs. He doesn't like spaghetti. He doesn't like pizza. No, one of my boys is the pickiest fucking eater you will ever come across. He's an alien. He's an absolute goddamn alien. And we've tried everything. Like we've tried hey, this is all the food you're getting, and he made himself sick. And we've tried there was a point where we were trying to bribe him because it worked for a little bit. And we could bribe him with anything. I could say, if you eat half of a hot dog, we will get on an airplane and go to Disneyland. And he would not eat that hot dog. He's like, I guess I don't care about Disneyland. Like, I've offered him ice cream, cake, all the sweets in the world. We will go out to Target and buy you the toy of your choosing if you eat this macaroni and cheese. No. And by the way, I am not exaggerating. I have done this exact thing. And he just doesn't care. Like, nope, it's not important to me to have a toy right now. Well, fuck, man.
What the hell? What does he eat?
A lot of cereal, a lot of he'll eat bread, he'll eat toast, no butter.
Like a beef patty?
Nope.
No?
Hamburger. Like, a hamburger is the latest victory. We finally got him to eat plain hamburgers.
Wow.
Peanut butter sandwiches, no jelly. Can't do jelly. Won't eat mac and cheese. Has he tried them at least? So basically what I do now is I just I set aside part of a food and I say, hey, okay, like let's say for example for lunch.
Yeah.
I'm making grilled cheese, cut up apples, and some chips. He'll eat the chips and he'll eat the apples, but he won't eat the grilled cheese. And so I'll say, okay, you have to eat, I'll cut it into quarters. You have to eat a quarter of a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
No matter what. Well, I don't want to, but you have to. And usually what it turns into is more of a mind game.
Right.
Because he could sit there all day, but you can't allow that as a parent. And you just say, this is what you have to eat, start eating it. And they go, well, I'm not going to eat it. Well, you have to eat it. It turns into a whole big mind game, and you find the path to get him there. Because if it were up to him, he would sit at that table and not eat anything for 24 hours. Like a young child, he's 8. So it's like he's growing, and we talked to his doctor, and he is normal height and weight for an 8-year-old. So we can't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
And yeah, he drinks milk. No, God, no avocados. He would never eat an avocado. No, and he does not eat eggs. He does not eat pineapple. He does not eat peaches. He does not eat grapes. He's a mutant. But every night, every lunch, every meal turns into a mind game. This is what you have to eat.
Does the cereal have milk?
Yes, he does have milk in his cereal.
Okay.
Which is frankly something I don't do. I don't put milk in my cereal.
Just don't feed him until he's hungry enough.
Yep, that doesn't work. And here's a story I will tell. We once went during the beginning of this picky food.
Was he not picky at some point?
Well, I mean, like baby food. He ate baby food. And then he just got picky. We don't know how it happened. That's what we tried. That was the very first thing that we tried. And here's what we gave him. Cantaloupe. Delicious cantaloupe. One of the mildest fruits in the world. We put some cantaloupe on his plate. And he ate his other food, but he wouldn't eat the cantaloupe. And so we said, okay, you're not eating anything until you eat this cantaloupe. And he went something like 36 hours without eating anything. And this was a while ago.
Yeah.
And he was miserable, he was incredibly cranky, and he made our lives miserable. And at that point, we just had to say, fuck it, we're giving him food. Because he went long enough where it became scary to us. You know?
Uh-huh.
And he was a miserable person, and then we became worried for his health. Like, you know, you can go a while without eating, but he's also a kid. And so then what you have to ask yourself as a parent is what's more important? Not dealing with this hassle or him eating cantaloupe. And usually it's not dealing with this hassle. I lost. Oh, absolutely I lost. And you know what? Unless you are a parent, you can fuck right off with whatever you're saying because you're not dealing with a kid all day. That's what I will say to anyone who has any fun comments who is not a parent. But I absolutely lost, and I take that loss. I take that loss.
You're saying your kid sounds like a badass who only does things his way.
He does, yeah, and he is. No, and he's a smart kid, and he does things his way. And that's why we're basically at the point now where we don't worry about it. Oftentimes, like, we'll go over to a friend's house and be out and about, and he just won't eat. You know, like, the friend doesn't have, like, you know, the party doesn't have the chips he likes. Well, fuck it, then you don't eat.
Somebody's saying cheeseburgers plain. Now, it's not cheeseburgers. It's just...
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers plain.
Meat and bread plain is the only thing that he eats. Well, I mean, he eats a lot of... Like, you know, he'll eat chicken nuggets, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Pancakes. That's a mainstay in our house. The pancakes. But there's stuff that he eats. He's just a picky goddamn eater. And for someone like me, who, you know, I eat anything. It's tough sometimes. But, you know, you do what you do. You do what you do. You can't. You gotta choose your battles. That's the important part. Choose your battles. That's the thing you need to keep in mind as a parent. Like, what's the battle going to be about? And if your kid's miserable, then guess who else is miserable? You are. And sometimes it's for their own good, and like you're willing to put up that battle, and sometimes you're just not, because it's every fucking day.
Pumpkin Bunt Cake says, where do I pick up my giant check from Disney for my ideas? Thanks.
Your ideas don't mean shit.
You don't. You're just as fucked as I am, because I came up with the whole Luke Skywalker wants to bury the whole Jedi thing angle a year and a half ago.
Apparently.
I haven't seen a fucking dime. Nyram says, with all this morally gray Jedi talk, I want to remind Rich to play Knights of the Old Republic sometime in the future.
Nope.
Because I think you will really like this expansion of the universe. I just don't care enough. I simply don't care enough about Star Wars. I don't need to see it expanded. I was fine when Return of the Jedi came out and, you know, the story was done. I was fine with that.
Yep, you got 3 movies?
Got 3 movies and a couple of good video games out of it. That's enough. I'm done. It's fine.
Yeah, and you know...
Plus, fuck BioWare.
Yeah. Fuck BioWare.
Gruff McMilitary says, good evening, gents.
Aye.
Been a while since I've logged into a stream. I wanted to say, I saw the Mass Effect Andromeda episode. I'm never getting away from BioWare.
No.
Rich, you are a man of your word. Let no man say different. Thank you. Thank you. Most sincere video I've ever done in my entire life. Endocrom says, any thoughts on Bigfoot and other creatures? Chupacabra, Nessie, miscellaneous? Fakes?
Fakes!
My favorite one. My favorite one of these creatures
Yeah.
is the jackalope. Because it sounds plausible.
Yeah. The rabbit with the antlers.
The rabbit with the antlers. It sounds so fucking plausible.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the jackalope.
So I love me some jackalope. Every now and then they find something that they thought was extinct. I forgot what that fish was. Like, it was a big deal. Like, 10 years ago, they found some kind of fish they thought died out millions of years ago.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
So these things do happen. But I don't think Bigfoot is one of them.
Nope. Guy in a suit.
Nessie's a bit large to be hiding.
Yep.
Especially because you probably need more than one to keep the species going.
Didn't they discover that Nessie was like a stick or something? It was like a stick in a photograph, and like the original photographer was like, "What are you talking about? It's a stick."
The Red Epic says, "Hey guys, another great stream tonight. So much Star Wars talk though.
There's a lot of Star Wars talk.
Can we have some Trek talk, pretty please?"
Balance out the universe.
Yeah. What is your favorite Trek villain / race, ship design? P.S. Frozen sucks.
What are you talking about? Frozen's fine. Frozen's a fine movie.
As far as villain goes, Romulans. Romulans, hands down. Klingons just kind of like dumb. Yeah, we're bad guys. We like violence. Yar, honor, yar, smash, honor, yar.
Wow, that's a great Klingon impression.
They're kind of lame. They're an interesting. They add interesting color to the Star Trek universe, but I would never say the Klingons were my favorite villains.
They're serviceable. They have their job in the Star Trek universe.
Now the Romulans, they fight with their brain. Romulans have plots and ruses, which makes them perfect freaking Star Trek villains and foils.
Oh, sure. What I'm asking for here in the universe is range. We have depth. So you have your Klingons that's your base note. That's your simple base note, right? Easy, simple story. Romulans are the high notes, and when you work together, we're the midtones. Humans are the midtones.
Yeah.
And when you work together, you get the harmony that is Star Trek. They have all sorts of different things that make their universe interesting.
Favorite villain, totally the Romulans. Favorite ship design, the refit Enterprise, the motion picture Enterprise. From all of the TOS movies. Well, except for the reboot TOS movie. You know what I'm talking about.
No.
When I say the refit.
Nope, I don't.
It's fucking beautiful. It's my favorite ship in science fiction.
Whoa.
The refit Enterprise.
Whoa, Rich.
It's the best the Enterprise has ever looked. Any of them. Any of the ships that have had Enterprise in their name. That is by far the most beautiful one.
Holy crap, Rich. You are going out on a limb. You aren't holding anything back. Well, great. I'm glad that you like that ship.
My favorite villain race aren't the Borg. No, the Borg were like a one-time use thing, and they should have disappeared after that. There's not much to. It's an interesting concept, but the Borg aren't a very versatile concept.
Yes.
We've come to assimilate you. Mm-hmm. Okay, then what? They come back to assimilate you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they could have worked in the long term, but they're one note.
Once the best of both worlds ended, then it's done. It's done.
No, you can get a little more meat out of them.
They got the Hugh episode, but nothing on the same scale as Best of Both Worlds.
Oh, right.
With the unstoppable force. Oh, there's nothing that can stop these Borg. And their hive mind. We can't beat the hive mind. And then, we did it. We used the hive mind against them, and against all odds, we have defeated the Borg. You can't trot the Borg back out after that. It's diminishing returns.
Yes.
Borg, one big story, I'm done with them. here and there, like the Hugh episode was fine, but
I like the Hugh episode. It's cute.
Cardassians. I don't. Oh God, what's his name? I don't know if I like the Cardassians as much as I like Dukat as a villain from Deep Space Nine.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch much.
Kind of the big evil Cardassian who used to be in charge of the station.
Oh.
While I don't like, in general, I don't like the Cardassians as much as the Romulans. As far as individual characters as villains go, it's Dukat.
Okay.
So there, I have answered all of the questions.
That's so much Star Trek.
Well, there's something to be said for Wayun. But that's just Jeffrey Combs, man. The power of Jeffrey Combs.
The power of Jeffrey Combs. Apparently. I mean, he built that motorcycle. That's how I know Jeffrey Combs.
Anonymous says,
Anonymous!
if you talked about it, ignore this. But did you hear about Will Smith as a potential genie for the new live-action Aladdin? I don't see it. They don't need to make a live-action Aladdin.
They're gonna. They're gonna, Rich. You know why? Jungle Book and Beauty and the Beast made money.
I don't know why anybody would want to follow up Robin Williams.
Yep. You listen. I think all of these remakes are the dumbest shit in the world. I did not see Beauty and the Beast. I had an opportunity to see Beauty and the Beast. I was out of town this weekend, this past weekend. That's why we did not stream on Sunday. And a bunch of people, including the children, were going to see Beauty and the Beast. And I had the opportunity, but instead I napped.
Right.
And I felt like that was the correct course of action because I've already seen the Beauty and the Beast. And from all I've been told about the Beauty and the Beast, yeah, it's the exact fucking same as the old Beauty and the Beast, but not animated. So why the fuck would I care?
The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla says, hey guys, let's say I'm doing a best of the best trifecta of sci-fi action. I would go with Aliens, Predator, and Matrix. Would you switch out any of these with other movies? RoboCop needs to be on this list.
Sci-fi action?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe swap out
Terminator 2.
Maybe swap out Aliens for RoboCop.
No, Aliens is that's like on the top of my list. Your list would be different.
My list is different, yeah. For me, like RoboCop, Predator, maybe get rid of Matrix too. I think you need to choose a decade. Also, because like the Matrix, you do like RoboCop, Predator, Matrix. Matrix is the odd man out, right?
Mm.
Not enough action in RoboCop.
I mean,
get out of town.
Me personally,
Yeah.
I like Terminator 1 more than Terminator 2 because Terminator 1 is just such a perfect, beautiful causal loop.
Yeah.
And then Terminator 2 comes and it mucks things up, and you got a motionless robot as your protagonist.
Uh-huh.
But as an action movie, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Total Recall's in the running, chat.
Ooh. No, I'd have any of the other ones we talked. I mean,
Total Recall.
I love Total Recall. I'm just comparing it to the other movies we've talked about.
RoboCop and Aliens are definitely there. For my list, I am not. Those aren't being touched when it comes to sci-fi action. Third, you could debate me on it. I'm not sure, but it might be Total Recall.
That's tough, man. There's just so many others I think I would prefer over Total Recall.
this is my. Did I get upset when you removed aliens from your list? Did I throw a little hissy fit?
I'm not throwing a hissy fit. Rich, I'm not throwing a hissy fit. God, you always do this.
Shit. Wow. Like Dread.
Oh, fuck. You know what? You forget about that because it's so modern.
It counts.
Oh, I'm saying I forgot.
Oh, you forgot about it.
I forgot about it because it's so modern.
I thought you said, "Oh, forget about that. That's too modern." I'm like, what?
Oh God, no. Oh, so by the way, yeah. Then my night would be Predator, RoboCop, and Dread.
Does post-apocalyptic count? Does it count?
As for sci-fi action,
Fury Road. Fury Road. Fury fucking Road.
while technically it is a science fiction, I think post-apocalypse is its own genre.
I mean, science fiction, nothing. Fury Road is the best action movie ever made.
Fury Road is great. We're talking. I don't know if it counts in science fiction.
Has there been a nuclear war? Does Mad Max take place in a possible future?
Of course.
It's science fiction.
I think it's its own genre of post-apocalypse.
Fury Road sucks.
Shut up.
West Coast 76.
Shut your
Don't be
fucking
such a big
mouth.
dummy dum-dum.
You're dumb. I don't like the things you say. Fury Road's great.
Fury Road is #1 on my list.
I just don't think it counts as sci-fi. Is my only problem with Listen.
You see that sci-fi wall?
Yeah.
What does that second row look like? What's on that second row?
What's that? A Warriors of the Apocalypse, 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 Apocalypse. I'm gonna. You know what? We're gonna need to. You know what? We need George Miller. Someone called George Miller. Because we need an official ruling on whether the post-apocalypse counts as sci-fi. I would put it in its own category, Rich.
I don't know about that, Jack. I don't know. I'm counting it as sci-fi, and it's going on my list.
well, then there's nothing I can do.
RoboCop, Aliens,
Yeah.
Fury Road.
Oh, first of all, that's just a great night. That's a great night. Yeah, and see, for me, it'd be Predator, Dread, RoboCop, which is also just a fucking great night.
Predator doesn't take place in the future. It's not science fiction.
It's dealing with an alien encounter. That's science fiction. That's an alien encounter, Rich. Don't be snide just because post-apocalypse is its own genre.
Which you have invented on your own.
I am
on your own. You've decreed this.
No, I'm
Emperor Packard.
I'm looking into it. George Miller is going to get back to me. We're looking into this. We're officially looking into this.
Isn't Dread post-apocalyptic?
No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Maybe. Oh, and by the way, if you want to just call Predator an action movie and not a sci-fi movie, I'm kind of okay with that.
Look, Predator's a fine movie. It's not topping any of the ones I've listed as an action movie or as a science fiction movie.
Predator's so fucking great.
It's good.
Predator's so fucking great.
Ain't got nothing on Aliens, Fury Road, or RoboCop.
Oh, I would take Predator over Aliens any fucking day of the week. Any day of the week.
Aliens is perfect. I saw that in the theater when I was a kid. I have never known tension like that before in my young life.
Predator's so beautiful. Not saying that I dislike Aliens, but if given the choice, I would go Predator.
Whole last part of that movie, my heart was trying to pump its way out of my chest.
Aliens is a fine movie.
Aliens was an amazing theater-going experience.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I did not get to see it in the theaters. Not that that has anything to do with my choosing Predator over it.
So if you said a movie one day in the future, is it science fiction? Well, technically, according to these yahoos, yeah, sure. Fury Road doesn't count for some reason.
That's post-apocalypse. That's a different thing. Technically speaking, like, fucking Friday the 13th or Nightmare Before Christmas is a science fiction movie. It takes place in its own universe. Well, not Friday the 13th. That's more magic. Like horror movies are science fiction because they take place in their own, with their own set of rules and bylaws. But it's its own sub-genre, Rich. I'm just trying to get the rules. I just want the rules.
Fury Road, RoboCop, Aliens. No particular order, though. Fury Road is number one.
Fury Road is great. Fury Road's a great
Best
movie.
action movie ever made, man.
It's a great movie. It's a great action movie, and it's great. Star Trek is post-apocalyptic, right?
It is.
I know.
It is.
I know, but you don't necessarily think about that as a post-apocalyptic movie. You're not in the desert. Post-apocalypse is a setting, not a genre. The Road is very different from Fury Road. Alright. Alright, you're convincing me.
I don't like Fury Road. Weak story, weak Max. I can understand you saying the story's weak, because there's not much in the way of exposition or plot. How can you say Max is weak?
If you're an idiot.
Why do people think that?
Because
he doesn't personally kill the big bad guy at the end?
Maybe.
It's not like he does nothing that entire movie. Hell, the whole fucking plan to go back to the Citadel rather than, like, starving to death on the empty seabed is his. He saves everybody's fucking life in that movie.
Right? Right? No, he has a good sympathetic turn at the beginning there.
You know what Furiosa is doing for most of that end action scene? You know what Mad Max is doing?
Oh, he's up and around.
He's jumping on trucks and throwing bombs around.
Yeah. It's a fine. People are dumb. Rich people are dumb. I can't explain why people think the things they do, Rich. I don't understand it. Anyone who doesn't get Fury Road doesn't get us.
Max is a broken man in Fury Road, and he's more interesting because of it. Sure, but here's the thing, though. I don't think these people understand Mad Max, because he's been broken in every Mad Max movie. He's a heartless fucking monster in Road Warrior. He doesn't give a shit about anybody. He wants gas.
Yeah.
And when he doesn't want gas, his motivation is kind of just like revenge. He's always been a broken character who gets caught up in other people's shit.
Yeah. That's his whole shtick.
Not in Mad Max. He still has his family for most. Yeah, but the original's like an origin story.
That's true.
That's also the least action-y of them.
Oh, right. That's the one that like looks Mad Max is the one that looks least like a Mad Max movie
right.
at this point.
He does less action stuff in the original Mad Max than he does in Fury Road.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah, I have no idea how people could say he's a weak character who doesn't do anything in Fury Road. That's That's insane.
It's insane, Rich.
It makes me wonder if they've actually seen it, or if they just bought into some kind of weird hype about the political nonsense.
They probably bought into some weird hype about the political nonsense. Is my honest guess. Because
Don't let that keep you from seeing it, man. It's a fucking amazing action movie.
it's you would be shocked by how much of the movie is a car chase.
The movie is a car chase.
Hint, 100% of the movie is a car chase. Your mind's gonna be blown. And here's what gets more exciting about the movie 100% being a car chase. It is also 100% exciting and engaging.
Yeah.
They drive to a place, and then, you know what they do? They turn their ass around and drive back.
I fucking love every second of it.
This is a gorgeous movie.
Saw that in the theater, I felt like a kid, Jack.
Right?
I felt like a kid watching a movie for like the first time.
Right?
Bit of an exaggeration, but
you're filled with wonder.
Yeah.
No, and you know what? You know what it does? It's a spectacle. It's the guy riding on the car playing the guitar with a flame. Oh, what? It's awesome! Oh, it's a goddamn spectacle. Mad Max don't do anything. Fuck you. I just don't feel like Mad Max does much in Mad Max movies.
it's a car chase that takes time for characterization, too, Jack. Nux. Huh? Nux.
Huh, Nux?
Nux, I wanted him to die at first.
Of course.
I'm like, oh, this twerp's gonna get it.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait till he bites it. Oh, Max is gonna do something terrible to this guy.
Yeah, and in the end, he comes
No,
through.
hey, no, this is cool.
He comes through. Yeah, no, I know, like, that's, yeah. I don't know, like, what, I don't know what has become of people where they've bought into this, like, they've bought into this weird thing where, and I think this is a lot of this whole raise a Mary Sue thing, too, where it's just some sort of backlash against this push of female representation, and I think it's the dumbest.
I don't even care how you feel about that. It's stupid in Mad Max's in Fury Road's case, because Max is an extremely fucking prominent protagonist in the fucking film.
Of course he is, but I'm agreeing with you, and I'm just saying I think this is the pushback. There's been a push and a pull, and people are dumb. Kinder Soup, get out of here. We've gone through this. We've gone over this whole Raise Mary Sue thing too many times.
I'm done with that.
We're done with it. We're done with it.
The off switch. And he's saying something incredibly stupid.
Great.
The reason I think Grey Jedi are stupid is because I find the idea of an individual being able to use dark and light to be at odds with the original. All right, to be at odds with the original. I didn't read that far.
Oh, okay.
That part I can agree with. Like a light side power guy using dark side power doesn't make. I thought I was gonna get that nerdy.
Oh, okay.
It didn't get that nerdy. I apologize for calling you an idiot.
Right.
A new Jedi philosophy would be cool, but dark side equal bad. Well, you could just turn the notion that dark side equals bad on its head. You could pull something out of your ass. I mean, everything Yoda said was pulled out of somebody's ass. There's no actual philosophy here.
What?
The Force is a made-up thing.
What?
I apologize. When I first started reading that, I thought it was going to be like, light side power can't use dark side power. That's stupid. I thought it was going there. I thought it was going there, and I was wrong, and I apologize.
I mean, could you imagine Mace Windu using lightning bolts? That would be as silly as a Gorback pilot. Everyone knows Gorbacks can't fly.
But crude matter, Rich. Yeah, we are nothing but crude matter.
That's true.
That's just the harsh fact of reality. This is it, kids.
Everybody.
Everything we know. It's just crude matter.
Yep. All right.
We're done.
I'm done.
I gotta
Catch up. Let's talk for a bit.
You know, we've had lots of just good comments that have led to discussion tonight, and we are so
woefully
backed
behind.
up right now.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Go for it. Go for it.
Huff-hearted, it says, "Hey guys, knowing my username is a lame joke to get Rich to say, 'Who farted?' Can farts ever be funny in movies? Blazing Saddles did it, but now if a modern movie did it, it's painfully unfunny."
It's true.
Thunderpants.
Maybe just the wrong people are doing it. There is something I want to comment on. The Master says, I agree that Fury Road is amazing. I just don't get why calling people idiots for not enjoying it as much as you were. I'm not...
I'm not calling you an idiot for not enjoying it. Right. I'm calling you an idiot for saying that Mad Max doesn't do anything in the movie.
Right.
That's the comment. That's the comment.
Right. If you didn't enjoy the movie, that's fine. But if you say that Max is a weak protagonist, then you just haven't seen the movie. Like then you're wrong. And maybe you're an idiot because, you know, you were facing the wrong direction when the movie played.
If you say I don't like cheeseburgers, that's fine.
Of course.
That's fine. But if you say I don't like cheeseburgers because I can't have potatoes in my diet, I'm going to say you are wrong. There are no potatoes in cheeseburgers.
And I might call you an idiot. I'm not saying I will, but I might. So, I'm sorry, Rich.
Okay.
Go on.
That's fine.
Great.
Necessitate says, "Hey, how Rich and Jack taught me to be a man, part 1 of 5. Guys, I just became a dad this year. We found that the sound of conversation helps put baby to sleep.
Oh.
I sometimes put on prereq streams near her crib."
Oh, God. Oh, God. That kid's gonna grow up all weird.
"For reasons I don't really understand, my Mormon mother-in-law moved in with us when baby was born. One day, I had your first XCOM stream playing next to baby when MIL walked in the room."
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law, thank you.
Walked in the room.
"At that point in the recording, Rich started talking about how the chat always talks about his huge dick. A very frank conversation ensued with mother-in-law about what the baby should hear.
I love it.
While we were arguing, the stream continued to play, and I had the surreal experience of fighting with her while Jack and Jay were yelling about hunkering down."
I really hope this is a true story. I want to believe that it's a true story.
Anyway, we clearly established which of us was in charge of parenting our daughter, me, and things have improved markedly.
Oh, nice.
Many thanks.
Hey, we helped.
I don't know how you won that one.
It's really easy to win when they're over at your house because you can just tell them to leave. By the way. No, and you know what? Babies can't understand shit. Like you could say anything you want to a baby. They don't understand the human language, but they do like people talking to them. That's true.
Okay, Magical Flying Tiger says, "I'm with your kid, Jack. Tell him that cheese is overrated."
I respectfully disagree.
Bob G says, "But don't you think killing Han at the end of Jedi gives him a more satisfying character arc? Selfish prick ends up sacrificing himself for his friends at the end. Ultimate selfless act, yada yada. They did that in Empire. It would be redundant. Getting frozen kind of, you know, goes along with that. Him not leaving immediately to pay off the Hutts. Him sticking with Leia to get Leia out of there. Then he gets caught and frozen because of it.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, the first movie, in A New Hope.
A New Hope he could have left. He didn't. In Empire, he's still around. You know.
Yeah, I figured at that point he's just... I suppose in Empire he keeps talking about going back to Jabba.
Yeah.
Star Wars is a fairy tale. The fairy tale ends with everybody hugging together and the princess and the guy get married.
I'm not saying it's the worst idea. I'm saying I wouldn't have done it. I think we got that kind of dark pay the price moment with Han with the carbonite freezing.
Sure.
I think we already had that moment.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. No, and I think you need the happy ending. You need the happy ending because of the style of movie it is.
You can't have too much bitterness in your bittersweet ending. I do like the idea of like kind of Luke going off on his own, the solitary Jedi thing. Where they talked about things like that.
What, at the end of the movie?
Yeah. It was going to end on a more somber note for Luke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe.
Everything he's learned, everything he sees, and he can't celebrate. He's got to go do Jedi this or that. He's got to rebuild the Jedis. This was something like that.
Gotta go do boring monk shit. Yeah.
You're already doing that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't fall into the trap that sad thing happening makes adult work. You can have some happiness in your ending, and it's not immature necessarily.
Well, and Star Wars stylistically is wow, I said that unironically, and I'm sorry. Star Wars is designed to be a take on these classic tales, and these classic tales have, generally speaking, the good guys win happy endings.
Didn't end so well for King Arthur.
Come on now. Cherry picking. So, I think you need the happy ending in Star Wars.
I'm saying I'm okay with bittersweet, but you have to be careful that you don't end up with mostly bitter.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I think arguably Han dying is it's doubling down on the Han playing a price because that kind of already happened.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I really liked the way they handled it in The Force Awakens. I think that was a really good character
That was
moment.
a fine time to kill Han Solo.
That was a fine time. And so it's like they found a way to do it. Harrison Ford is very happy now. He can just show up to the celebrations and not have to deal with being in any more movies. Yep.
Hammer Cap says, "Sup nerds? I sent RLM the gummy worm. After all the years of content you've given me, I'm so happy to have given some back."
Oh no!
Thank you for giving us your worm.
Oh.
Anonymous says,
Oh.
"I know this is beyond lame, but it's my 2-year anniversary on Friday, and Rich saying the phrase, 'These 2 years haven't been shit, words and stuff,' would make my girlfriend's year. Beyond thanks. These 2 years haven't been shit, words and stuff.
They haven't been shit.
They have not.
They have not been
They've
shit.
not been complete shit.
Hey, these 2 years, they haven't been complete shit.
You know, there's some corn in there. There's some corn in there.
It took me too long to get that. I'm sorry, Rick.
It's all right.
I wasn't with you right
It's all
away.
right. Gobbledygook says, "I don't mind stealing bread from the mouth of decadence, but I can't feed on the powerless when my cup's already overfilled, but it's on the table. The fire's cooking, and they're farming babies." I have no idea what any of that means or is referring to.
Sounds like communist pop propaganda.
Okay.
Or a line from a movie.
Yeah, and I'm missing it.
Like that sounds like something from Braveheart or something, right?
What's that from? We talk about a lot of movies. It's probably from something.
It's probably from something.
Oh god, now I'm gonna feel dumb because I don't know it.
Right.
Leftover Beefcake says, "If we can take a tiny break from Star Wars for just the briefest of moments, can we get a hashtag Project Hornet update?" Not yet.
Not yet.
Sonic Mousetrap says,
Maybe soon.
"If you could remove one core race from Star Trek, i.e. Voyager's bullshit doesn't count, which would you remove, if any?"
One race?
Like a major one? There's so many that have just shown up for one episode.
Like a major one. Think about, are there any redundant alien races?
The Andorians or something.
Who are the Andorians?
The blue antenna people. White hair. They didn't show up that much.
Yeah, they didn't show up that
They're a
much.
founding freaking member of Starfleet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They don't show up that much for a
No, they
founding member
don't.
of Star
No,
Trek.
they don't. I'd have. You know what? We're trying to get through these. I'm sorry. I gotta think too much on that.
Think about it over the weekend.
Nonsense in a bag says, thanks for answering my questions about YouTube Red. By the way, Rich, my girlfriend and I loved watching your Plinkett performance in Feeding Frenzy. She actually thought I put in an 80s slasher until she saw you.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Nice.
Loner Archon says, to Jack,
I'm Jack.
I'm sorry I opened that battle scar about your child who was a picky eater.
Oh yeah, that's been every day's a struggle.
Here is $20 to compensate the pain you experienced. There you go, Jack. It's all yours.
No, it's part of it, and it's like, I'm sure when I was younger, I was a picky eater too. Like, and you grow. Hopefully, that's all I can. The really tough part is I love adventure eating. Like, I just want to go places and eat weird shit.
Yep.
And so the hardest part as a parent is not being able to share that with my child. It's like, hey guys, let's go to an Ethiopian restaurant. Have you ever had Ethiopian food? You eat it with like this spongy bread and you just like dip bread in goo and you eat it and it's tasty goo in like this weird spongy bread.
See, I could never eat Ethiopian food.
That's right. Your food allergies.
Well, it's not just, well, it's more than that.
Yeah.
I can't think of Ethiopian food without thinking about a starving child covered with flies and that fat biddy from All in the Family talking about how desperately they need food.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
It's just not an appetizing thought, you know?
It's delicious food. It's delicious food. So like that's why like it gets my goat a little bit, because it's like that, like it kind of exploring food wise is really important to me. But maybe one day.
Where am I at? Nyrom says, by the way, just recently bought a PS4 Slim with Bloodborne for just $200.
Nice.
Thank you guys for the endless recommendations. I did expect to like this game, but instead, I goddamn love it. It was worth the PS4.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Bloodborne's fucking amazing.
Sally Struthers, thank you, chat.
No, I like Fat Biddy. That Fat Biddy.
We need to give food to these starving children. The Red Epic says, I agree. The Connie refit, the Connie refit is beautiful. Have you had a chance to see the new 3D model of the Enterprise C, the Ambassador class by Andrew Probert? The new model is how it should have looked in TNG. I don't know that I have seen this. Maybe I will look into it. Yeah, I love me the Constitution class refit, and we are caught up.
How would you do that? The people just try to start shit in the chat. Look what Escape Cage says. That's purposefully just trying to start shit.
Where's
right?
it?
He says Bloodborne is horrible and Wii U is far better than PS4. Like
That's
like,
so obviously a joke. I
it's
wouldn't
like
worry about it.
intentional.
It's so obviously a joke. I would not worry
What are you
about it.
doing?
It's obviously a
What
joke.
are you doing?
Can't get upset about something that's obviously meant to be a joke.
But it's like not even a joke. I don't even understand the joke.
The joke is that it is so impossible to be their actual opinion because it makes no sense.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, oh, we're caught up. Well, shit. Okay, let me get the thing. I gotta think.
The Wii U does have Bayonetta 2. That's true.
That's true. That's true. And a fine back catalog of games. Well, you know, it has plenty of fine games. The Wii U. I'm not saying the Wii U is bad. I'm just saying, like, compare it to the PS4. Well, really, that's just a comment about Bloodborne. Like, settle down.
MLG Freeman.
You know what I'm saying? Just settle right the fuck down. Baby Yaga Lala for 16 months in a row says, I seem to be stuck at 3 months. Pretty sure it's 20. What? You're 16 months in a row, Baby Yaga.
Well, they're saying there's a mistake there or something. I don't know.
Oh. Weird.
It's Baba Yaga. Or Baba. Oh, God, I said it wrong now.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Oh, I
Yaga.
said Baby Yaga Lala. That's Baba Yaga Lala.
That's the witch, the famous witch.
Baby Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Oh, okay.
Joe Kitty 001.
Jim Docs.
Power Fantasy says, "Oh my glorb, missed you fucks. Cheers."
Bruiser Inc. Bruiser Inc. is what I'm sure that's supposed to be.
Mr. Shy Smile for 30 fucking months in a row.
G Bunny 88.
TC 209 says, "Roses are red and ready to pluck. Play Star Control 2. It's free, you fuck."
Haha! Sean underscores for 19 months in a row. Says, "You were wondering if people can hear you when I was typing. So yes, I could hear you several hours ago."
RCMC Me 84.
Mr. Bibbs for 23 fucking months in a row says, "So the memory on my PC is going. Not sure if I want or pray not for it to be BSOD in the middle of a oh my god."
That would be appropriate timing.
Yeah.
Oh, memory is. If it's your RAM, just buy some sticks. It shit's cheap. Lammy says,
it'd be weird that your memory would be going.
"Did this work?" It worked. Jack rudely interrupted me when I was saying your name and the thing you wrote.
Why don't you say it again? I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I was thinking about, like, why would you, like, you know, I guess just slow. Does RAM slow down after use? Isn't there a way to clear your memory cache?
I had problems involving RAM before.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I diagnosed that. I remember I had to change out my RAM once, but it was so long ago. I just don't remember what the computer was doing wrong.
Like, I've upgraded my RAM before, but I've never had an issue with it. Look into that.
Lammy says, "Did this work?"
It did. Star Killer Sanitation says 4 months of loving you ain't enough. Pre-rectum.
Low says, "Jack, it's all your fault. You know what you did."
I knocked over the wheel of the worst 3 years ago. Hometown Markup for 32 fucking months in a row.
Annie Gammer.
Digger Blue says 7 months, though.
Autoflagellator says, "Looking forward to CGI B. Arthur in The Last Jedi."
One Kuru.
Eflores 984.
Bob Mick Nugget.
Jordana.
Chris Gaines 2000 says, "Please continue to confirm all my opinions and play only the games and watch movies I like." Wait, this isn't the Nerd Crew.
Fried pickled herring.
The Brown Coat MK2. Probably Mark II. The Brown Coat Mark II is what that's supposed to be.
Gentleman bears.
Oh, how formal. Rebelofold is that name.
Trintar.
Quality Pixel. Boo.
Jamborinsky.
Owen Thunderguns. That's a great name.
Owen Thunderguns.
Boom.
Use your
Wow.
Use your name. 30 fucking months in a row.
Oxoloso.
Zolso 77.
Zolso. That's how you say that.
I think so.
Zolso 77.
What's that?
And
Man, that is Moose.
that's a great name. Casual Horse says, "What up, bitches?"
How many months?
For 17 months in a row. I got distracted because he cussed, and I like the cuss words. Casual Horse for 17 months in a row says, "What up, bitches?" Or bitch?
Damn, to one of us.
Wow. I assume me.
Hap 78.
Nazuru.
Gruff McMilitary 16 months in a row says, my sweet 16. Do I get a car? Great job, guys. Please keep it up.
We'll get you a pretty dress and we'll throw you a quinceañera. VX135.
Freewheeling Pope.
Ephesus.
Spambot88 says, 4 months, always fun to watch you guys. Appreciate your work.
D'Arc Mater for 21 fucking months in a row. Keep on trucking, says Dr. Arc Matter.
R. Miller for 20 fucking months in a row says, very okay. Very okay.
Yeah, that's what I feel about this. Frisco Jones for 32 fucking months in a row.
And Sir Danforth says, kumquat.